Thanks for joining our talk. We are going to explore verifiability in Wikipedia and how to make AI-generated articles more verifiable. We are experiencing an explosion of knowledge, but the coverage of Wikipedia's topics are limited and delayed, especially in frontier scientific domains. Meanwhile, we are seeing a rise of large language models. So naturally, AI-generated articles can become one solution. But we know that LLMs can hallucinate, and this is leading to great concerns in verifiability. So what is verifiability? According to the English Wikipedia, it is people are able to check that information comes from a reliable source. There are two important elements here, reliability and how easy that users can verify the content. More specifically, the efforts needed to locate and make sense of the information within the source document. The second element is our focus in this talk. Regarding this, citation is one solution, but we argue that citation in its current form is not enough. In Wikipedia and many RAG systems, citation is a simple link to the reference document. This becomes a problem when the document is too long, because users have to spend much time locating the relevant information. We can easily resolve this issue with a more fine-grained citation to specific document nodes. But that is also not good enough. Why? To explain this, we'll dive into the nature of writing a Wikipedia article. Writing a Wikipedia article can be deemed as a type of expository writing. During expository writing, the author may make some inference or reorganization of information. For example, an author may select a few pieces of original text from several reference documents, paraphrase or summarize the text, organize the information, and finally, synthesize these pieces of information into one sentence. Within these actions, we are creating new information, as the new information is causing an information gap between the source documents and the composed Wikipedia article. Such information gap is adding difficulty for verification, because readers cannot easily figure out exactly how the supporting text from the source documents are related to the generated content. So, how should we address this information gap? Our intuition is, if we can explicitly identify the actions in the process of generating a Wikipedia article, then the efforts that a user might need to verify a piece of information will be greatly reduced. One way of doing this is by what we call document extension. Document extension is basically extending a document or a set of documents by creating intermediate document representations that can enrich the information in the documents. In this way, we might be able to narrow the gap between the source document and the generated article. And how is document extension done? For example, we can summarize and paraphrase sections, or produce atomic propositions from a long sentence, or making shallow inferences, or reorganizing information in a certain manner. And here, we are calling for more research and investigation on document extension. To demonstrate how document extension can be applied in generating verifiable Wikipedia articles, we are presenting a prototype that partially implements document extension. In the long run, our ongoing project is aiming for creating verifiable Wikipedia articles at scales. And at the current stage, we are assuming that we have a set of reliable documents, and our prototype generates articles accordingly. The high-level pipeline is as follows. First, we pass the documents into hierarchical structures, like sections and paragraphs. Next, we perform entity extraction and resolution to map concepts to fine-grained document nodes. We then perform document extension. In this prototype, we only implemented hierarchical summarization, which is basically summarizing every document node in a bottom-up manner. The last stage is to use the documents and the generated summaries to create outlines, and finally to compose the articles. As a demo, we have collected some scientific papers and we generated some Wikipedia articles with our system. This is an example output. After we click on a citation, a pop-up window would show up, displaying more details, like the title of the reference document, the location, the supporting text, and whether the supporting evidence is original text or a summary. Now, imagine that in these snippets, we have more types of information and visual cues. Then, it will definitely help users better understand how the generated content relates to the reference documents. For future work, we will continue improving our system, but we are also calling for more research attention on document extension and enhanced citations. On the algorithmic approach, we raise the question about other possible forms of document extensions. And on the human-centered approach, we are asking what kind of context information of citations would help users for verification, and how we should present such information in the user interface. After all these questions are addressed, we foresee that we could safely use AI for generating Wikipedia articles at scales. And we are also foreseeing that the same technology can be used for improving citations or supporting editing in existing Wikipedia articles. Thank you.